Hello to my sun, my moon, and my star children and everything in between. Welcome back to your second Transformational Tea Time. Thank you for showing up for yourself today, and thank you for allowing me to show up for myself and for you. So I'm going to start us off with our little yogi tea quote, and that is, grace is kindness, compassion, and caring. So I'm going to take a little sip. Yum, that was a weird gulp. Okay, so today we are going to talk about something that I have utilized for a little over 3 years now, and I learned it in the hospital, and it is a type of psychotherapy. So that is rational emotive behavior therapy, and I'm going to condense it down to REBT. When I started off in my mental health journey, after the hospitalization and during, I had no idea. They were like, oh, let's do REBT. So they did a video with us, and we learned, and I've kind of shaped it along the way a little more and kind of guided that into more spirituality. So whatever you want to do, if you want to keep an earthly base, if you want to go a little bit higher with the crown chakra, balance them all out though. But anyway, so today we are going to talk about rational emotive behavior therapy. And it's pretty simple. You can utilize it no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing. You can make it your own way, and that's what I encourage you to do. Is if you need to write stuff down, if you need to vocalize it, wherever you need to go to do this, to calm yourself, it's very centering, very much a game changer, just like last week's breathing exercise. So basically, REBT is, I'll show you like a little circle. Well, we'll imagine a circle here. And so you have an action, or not an action, but an event that happens, and that will create a belief and a feeling, or a thought, and our thoughts create our feelings, and then our feelings will cultivate a behavior, and then when we act on that behavior, it's going to reinforce the same thoughts, and so it's just like this cycle. It's 222, so harmony, woo, angel number. Anyway, so it's going to create this cycle. And speaking of harmony, even though it's a cycle, that is just a very much not harmony at all, going through this cycle of negativity. Now we want our circular cycle to go and be positive and life-giving and flourishing, and we want to speak good thoughts to ourselves. So you have A, which is the situation, the event, and then you have B, the belief, and then C, that emotion. But we want to go to D and stop there before we get into these negative behaviors with those negative thoughts. So that invokes a lot of turmoil inside of yourself. So again, just like our exercise last week with breathing, it's all about grounding yourself and balancing those chakra points, but also realizing, when we're heady, we're not really rooted within ourselves. When we have those negative thoughts about our life, when we're unsure about what it is, we're not rooted, we're not grounded at all. And it's very, very important to utilize these tools to get you grounded quickly. So I'm going to give you an example. And I honestly think this has probably happened to me before, and it's probably happened to many of you. Now, again, it's a spectrum, so it's not just, it can be a small thought that's a little bit negative, a little tad bit negative, and it could be an extreme self-defeating thought. So I want you to use that terminology. It's self-defeating thoughts, and we do not want those. No, we don't want them. And so, anyway, say that you are at a store, or you're just out in public and you're grocery shopping with your parent or whoever, your significant other, or just by yourself, and you see an acquaintance or a friend, but they're, farther away, and maybe you're not taking into account that they're farther away. So you wave at them, and it looks like they are looking at you, right? And they don't wave back, and that creates, so that's the event, that's the situation, and that invokes a belief. So the belief could be, oh my gosh, they must hate me, like why didn't they wave back, that's not like them. And then that will create even more thoughts. And so maybe your thought is, could go really extreme, like, oh, I'm stupid, like that's probably why they don't like me, or you just, it's like a trailing cycle of just disorganization and irrationality. And that's what we want to stop at before the emotion happens and before the behavior happens. So, some different behaviors that go with this, very self-harming ideas and ideologies. And so self-harm isn't just about physical self-harm. It could be your thoughts are another form of self-harm if you continue on this path. It could be overeating, it could be not eating, whatever your form of harming yourself is, you go into that behavior and it's very catastrophic. So that is a negative catalyst. Those thoughts turns into emotions and then that behavior, and you're just constantly going like that, and you're just stuck in this loop. And so we want to get to that step D before, when we have the situation. We can't really help what situations we have, but we can help the way we see it and view it, and through the lens of light. And I'm getting ready to do an affirmation with you, a couple of them. So instead of seeing your friend and you wave at them and you're like, oh my God, stop right there before you get to that negative thought. Or even if you have one enter, you stop it, you dispute it. What is the most rational thought that I can think today with this situation? And again, this is such a game changer, because I have always been a worrywart. I've always been constantly thinking. I'm just constantly going, constantly in my headspace, and I've learned how to ground through breathing exercises and through yoga and through meditation and just building my spirituality, and also this type of therapy. So we want to dispute all of those irrational thoughts. So what we could say to ourselves is, oh, like, I remember they don't even have their glasses on and they probably can't see me, I'm so far away. Or maybe they're just not paying attention. And then you're really putting yourself in their shoes. You're allowing yourself to rise above, see it through the lens of light and love. Are they doing okay? And that's the story that you're telling yourself, right? You create your own narrative. And we want our narrative to be positive and as positive as possible. Even if it's a super negative situation, do not let your thoughts go to irrationality. When they start to creep in, you dispute it so fast and you turn it back to light and you turn it back to love, right? And so and that's the thing, is our thoughts are so powerful. Whether you believe in the law of attraction, which is, think and ye shall receive. And in my belief, I really believe that our thoughts are so powerful and we can manifest situations. We create that own narrative. And so, there have been many times that I've had very self-defeating thoughts and I just get stuck in a loop. And when I didn't have this, and when I don't utilize REBT, it could be days that I'm stuck in this loop, and that is just so chaotic. So we need to learn how to honor ourselves and ground ourselves, but never let your thoughts define you, like we said last week. So never let them define you. You just keep moving forward and you dispute it. You cut it out, you X it out, imagine it floating away, whatever it is, and we're going to dispute it. So again, we've got those thoughts up here and they create the feelings. Due to an event, that's what invokes the thoughts, of course, and those thoughts and turn to the feelings, and then the feelings turn into emotions and behavior, and then that behavior turns back into those thoughts. It invokes different thoughts, and it's just this constant, it reinforces that negativity. So we're all about the harmony, the circle of life, the circle of light, circle of love, and just that abundance of positivity. So no matter what situation it is, if you deem it just little, any little negative thought can really, really affect you. It's an irrational thought for a reason. And don't let people tell you that, oh gosh, why are you thinking that? That's just silly. If somebody does come to you, you can't help that irrationality all the time. I mean, yes, I think you can develop better coping skills, which we're going through here, but you just can't always help that irrationality, but you can quickly turn it back around, not just for other people, but really, really for you, rooting yourself down, rooting like a willow tree. Just, we still have that flexibility, right? But rooting down and realizing what is the truth. Because the truth, we sometimes don't even know what the truth is. Oh my goodness, that friend was literally probably didn't have their glasses on, or they just weren't paying attention. We don't know what was going on in their life, just like other people don't know what's going on in ours. So let's limit those self-defeating thoughts. Those self-defeating thoughts limit us. They take control, and we need to learn how to dispute them so quick. So anyway, again, our thoughts are just so powerful, and I really, really believe that we can cultivate our own, realities with that. And so what do you want to feed your mind? And, putting garbage in, garbage comes out. What do you want to feed your mind? How deserving do you feel like you are? And let me tell you now, you are so, so deserving of positivity. So I want us to... My card just fell. Maybe I should say this. I'm going to pull another one from the Super Attractor deck, but I pulled before because I like to do that for my own self and to encourage. And it's when I'm tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. Like, how amazing is that? And sorry, these are like little crystals and stuff. I've got crystal earrings too, and crystals everywhere. So, and my plants. But anyway, so I just want you to breathe in, breathe out, and center down with me. And there are 2 affirmations that I want to give you for this week. And I really, really want you to think about them. And I want you to honor yourself in light and love and positivity. So our first affirmation is, an abundance of positive thoughts flow through me freely. So an abundance of positive thoughts flow through me freely. And really just think about, I talked about the vines and how when I breathe in, I like to visualize like an actual just growth in my body going through my energy points, my chakra system. And then our next one is, I choose to see every situation through the lens of light. I choose to see every situation through the lens of light. And you can change those up, you can make them your own, but I really, really encourage you to show up for yourself. Use these affirmations. Use REBT. Trust me, it is going to be a game changer for you. Utilize the breathing exercises while you're doing rational emotive behavior therapy. If it helps you to close your eyes and really center down and then go through those beautiful affirmations and to visualize that cycle and changing it to light, heck yeah, do it. So anyway, I'm going to pull a quick Super Attractor card other than the other one we have, and I'm going to end this video because I don't want to keep you all too long, and last week it was kind of long. So anyway, let's shuffle and see what comes out and see what's for you this week. I love these cards, and they are always just a guidance for me when I seem that I can't cultivate guidance on my own. So let's see what we want for you this week. Whatever the universe and God and whatever you believe in wants for you. Let's see. Yay! Okay. I don't have to fear my fear. I can use it as a way to get closer to love. And that just, I love this artwork. But anyway, again, and then I'll share this one, and I really love this one. I love the colors in this. But when I'm tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. And you are so abundant. You have so much light and so much love. And I want you to remember that and honor yourself throughout this week. Daily self-care practices, things like that. And I'm going to probably do more videos on that. But this is a whole video on REBT and just another game changer for you. I want to thank you so, so much for showing up for yourself. Thank you so, so much for continuing and loving on yourself and supporting me. And remember that it all comes back to love and light.